And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your superior military leaders in action where a normal day turns into a catastrophe and you military members still must lead. Christian, the hype man, Sledge, host of the SCIIF International Podcast, continuing our USO Service Member of the Year miniseries. This week, we have a dynamic duo hailing from Virginia, Army National Guard Specialist Brandon T. Moore and Ethan M. Ward. Shout out to Portsmouth, Virginia and Virginia Beach, Virginia. Today is your day. You have sons to be proud of. Stamps of approval, certified, battle-tested, U.S. Army approved, USO National Guardsman of the Year. Need to take care of maintenance in Tennessee? No problem. These gentlemen call that Tuesday. So why is he so special, hype? What makes him so different? Well, that's easy. Let me hype it up for you. Back in September 2024, during Hurricane Helene, National Guard Specialist Brandon T. Moore and Ethan M. Ward were driving through the floodwaters to evacuate patients from a hospital in Irwin, Tennessee. Normal damage control routine. But then disaster strikes. Debris hits the vehicle, it turns over, cab starts to flood. No backup, no visibility, no time for bleeping around. We are in pure instinct mode now. Panic is easy, hesitation fatal. Death wasn't messing around. I tell you guys about these waters. These waters don't play any games around here, especially when they're coming in at great speeds. Fate wasn't messing around, but neither were these soldiers. First things first, like a captain on the airline, got themselves out of the danger in the nick of time. Quick look down range, team notices 6 civilian personnel stranded like the movie Castaway with Wilson. But these soldiers, remember, battle tested, on pure adrenaline, springs right into leadership action with no regard for personal safety, combated those floodwaters, and saves those civilians. Flags down emergency personnel, including a Black Hawk aircraft. I can barely do that on Call of Duty on my PlayStation. Anyway, everybody rescued, mission success. Leadership ascension time. The soldiers, after all of that, gave credit to their training. You know that training that we tend to complain about because we want to hurry up and go on the holiday break or whatever. We got to rehack it before we go on leave or anything. Yeah, that training. They give credit to that. Also, as a source of motivation, is thinking of their dependents at home and the dependents of the 6 civilians stranded. That's what we mean in the military when we say no regard for personal safety, okay? So with that being said, remember everybody, superior leadership isn't about fearlessness, it's about acting in despite of fear, trusting your training, and lifting your team when everything is on the line. From the superior leaders to the everyday leaders in actions, we at the SCIIF thank you guys for your service. But everybody else don't want to hear that. They just want to dance. Yo, NATO, put some beat on this video. And of course, while you guys are dancing and vibing, subscribe here and to the SCIIF International Podcast in the description below if you want to hear more about superior and everyday leaders in action. Hype signing off, and of course, shout out to NATO.